We got Tuesday night volleyball all set for you with the visiting San Diego Lady Vaqueros versus the hosting HM King Lady Bremas. Getting a little bit of a late start here. Had some setup issues, but made it right on time for the first serve here. As there's a attack by number 1, Adelia Lopez. Sends it out past the end line. It's going to be a point for the Lady Vaqueros. HM King back in the fold after waiting a little bit for Athletics to fully come back here. So this is their opener as the Lady Vaqueros number 3, Alice Ariano, sends it into the net. It's going to be point over for the Lady Bremas. 1-1. Lady Vaqueros coming in 0-1. They opened up play on Friday. So they're 0-1. They are hunting their first win of this season, and there is an attack and a kill credited over. That's number 9, Gabby Jimenez. And on the serve, that's Lopez, sends it into the net. It's going to be 2-2. That's Ashley Benavides, number 5 for the Lady Vaqueros, who sends it over, picks up the point for the visitors there. And just thank you for joining us here on Real Sports Live. You'll be able to follow us on all your social medias. Wherever you guys do social media, look for us. Find the game here on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Roku Network, and Apple TV, wherever you guys do your social media. Bringing you here Tuesday night volleyball coverage here at the Coastal Bend. I've been doing it for about a month now. A nice rally going on here between the two teams. And as Jimenez goes up and met with the wall there. A double block by HM King is after the whistle, going to be point for Lady Bremas. Point over to Lady Vaqueros. Nice play on the defensive end by the Lady Bremas. As Benavides goes up with the kill. Nice attack there at the net, but Benavides went up hard with the spike. Able to get the positioning down and picks up the point. Number 9, Jimenez with the serve, sends it towards the back row. Controlled by the Lady Bremas. That's number 33, Alexis Bratton. Five all. Just have the rosters mixed up here a little bit. But we got it now. Here's a ball popped up, and that was number 11 for the Bremas. Mackenzie Figuarelli Everett went down low for it, couldn't quite get there. It's going to be a point over. It's for the Lady Vaqueros. Serving number 5 for San Diego. That's Luz Bueno. Bueno picks up the ace. So it's a couple of straight points here for the visiting Lady Vaqueros, who now lead 7-5 here early in the first set. Popped up in the air. Here's the setup, and there's a attempt by Alexis Pettis, sends it over, controlled by the Lady Bremas. And number 1, Audelia Lopez, sends it into the net for Lady Bremas. It's going to be a point over San Diego. Nice play there by Figueroa. Everett sent it to the back line, and that was the libero, Alexis Bratton. Got a piece of it, but sends it out past the end lines. Point for the Lady Bremas. Now the sell by Zoe Villarreal for Figueroa Everett. But she sends it into the net. It's going to be now 9-6 as the Lady Vaqueros opening up an early lead here. Controlled on the back row by San Diego. And that was Amber Trigo. Goes up with the spike, met with the double block, but the ball falls out of bounds. And that's going to be a first time out taken by the Lady Bremas, who are trailing 10-6 to the Lady Vaqueros. Nice start by the visitors from San Diego. And while we have a timeout on the floor, we're going to take a quick break here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mark Molino, coming to you live from Kingsville, H.M. King High School in Kingsville. As the Lady Vaqueros pick up another point there out of the break. There was a serve there by Kaylee Vela for San Diego. Lady Bremas couldn't pick up the return there. That's going to be a point for Lady Bremas as number 9, Gabby Jimenez, for Lady Vaqueros. Went to the floor, couldn't pick up on the dig. Defense just a step slow there for the Lady Bremas on that one. Ball popped up high. Goes to the net, and that was Zoe Villarreal who went for it, but the ball just falls right in front of her. Just one of those awkward times where the volleyball kind of rides the net, falls straight down. Once again, Bremas unable on the return. And serving once again, that's number 3. It's Alexis Pettis for San Diego at the service line. Sends it to the back row. Controlled by San Diego. Pettis sends it to the back row of H.M. King. There's a setup by Villarreal, sent over by Caitlin Lopez. There's a two-handed attempt there by Trigo. There's an ace there by Alexis Perez for the Lady Vaqueros, who've jumped out now to a 16-7 lead here early on in set number 1. Good start here for Lady Vaqueros, who lost on Friday their opener. And that was Yadial, who tried for the setup on the net. And Adelia Lopez for HM King, unable to get to it, and it's now a 10-point game. There's a setup by Yadial, two hands it over. Jimenez with the spike, controlled by the Bremas. Popped up on the back row. There's a running one-handed attempt by Adelia Lopez for the Bremas. Jimenez goes up, sends it to the back row, and there's Jimenez. Good heads-up play by the Lady Brema defense, but Jimenez is right there in position. And able to get the quick tap back. Alexis Pettis sends it right over. Nice job on the back row by HM King. That was Mia Gonzalez. Was able to send it over the first time, but the second time just couldn't quite get to it. Able to get a piece of it, but sends it out of bounds. Does Gonzalez. And that's how Delia Lopez for HM King goes up with the spike, rides the net a little bit, but able to fall, picks up a point for the Lady Bremas. At the service line, Ashley Benavides, number 5 for the Lady Bremas. Sets up for Jimenez, the outside hitter, goes to the back row. Nice job by the Lady Bremas there to control that one. Good back row play by Jocelyn Villarreal there. Had a couple of clutch plays there, able to help her team pick up the point. And as Ashley Benavides sends it into the net, it's now 20-9. Lady Vaqueros coming out strong here. Coached by Missy Gonzalez. Was really anxious to get this one going after dropping their season opener, but the Lady Vaqueros look really sharp here, leading by 11 early on. And that's Jocelyn Villarreal able to get to it, tries to send it over, but sends it into the net instead. It's now 21-9 here. The Lady Vaqueros just rolling along as Amber Trigo serves it. Here's a setup for Luz Bueno. Sends it to the back row, and it's controlled. There's the setup. And the ball looked like it was going out of bounds, but Benavides tried to save it. But instead, the ball gets deflected off of her fist and out of bounds. It's now 22-9 for the Lady Vaqueros. Trigo sends it over. There's a setup. Zoe Villarreal sends it over. Lady Vaqueros control it. Jimenez one-hands it over. There's a setup by Benavides. There's a setup by Lopez. Got a nice rally here. Here's a strong attempt there by Jimenez. Nice job on the back row once again. Benavides pops it up, and Lopez sends it over. But after the whistle, that's going to be a point for the Lady Vaqueros. Amber Trigo on the service line for the Lady Vaqueros. There's Jocelyn Villarreal. Despite the early woes for the Lady Bremas, the back row has been playing pretty solid. But it's just a very relentless attack by the Lady Vaqueros right now in the early going. Here's a setup. And there's a one-handed runner by Luz Bueno. That one goes into the net. Hesitated on the attempt. Went up for it. Didn't get enough on it. There's Jimenez with a nice backline attack. A one-handed runner there by Justin Villarreal and sends it over, but it's going to be a point for the Lady Vaqueros. Now set point as Alexis Breton, the libero for the Lady Vaqueros, in to serve. Villarreal sends it over. Here's a setup. Bueno with the attempt. Here's a setup. Jimenez goes up strong. Double block there. That's number 15, Zoe Villarreal. Number 10, Jocelyn Villarreal. There was the one-handed runner by Lopez. Nice rally here going on. Here's the setup. Lopez sends it over. Controlled. Jimenez with the pass. There's a set by Trigo. Jimenez sends it over. And there was a Zoe Villarreal who was in position trying to two-hand it over, but just gets caught in the net there. And that's going to be the end of the first set, with the Lady Vaqueros coming in, winning that first set pretty handily, 25-11. We got about a couple of minutes before set number 2, but keep it here at Real Sports Live. We'll bring you to the second set of this best-of-5 volleyball game. We're bringing you Tuesday night volleyball action here live from HM King in Kingsville. We'll be back.
The kids are headed back to school, and this year, more than ever, they'll need internet they can rely on from VTX1 companies. Internet that makes the grade is vital to connect students at home with teachers and professors alike. Our friendly staff is standing by to give you any help you may need. For a limited time only, get free installation from a company headquartered in the Rio Grande Valley. Call VTX1 at 1-800-446-2031. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Come and enjoy 2 full days of Texas Fest on March 13 and 14 at the San Benito Fairgrounds. Experience the Battle of the Alamo. See the fabulous Grammy winner Erida Reina Yavante and legendary Jaime de Anda, plus Los Garcia Brothers, Sereno, H3, Grupo Ácido, huge car show, market days, and join the IBCA State Championship Cook-Off. Take in native Indian, folklorico, and Aztec dancers, Reyes dancing horses, and rock climbing wall and games. Don't miss Texas Fest in San Benito.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Coming back from H.M. King High School here in Kingsville. Coming to you from Kingsville Dome. I'm Mark Molina. We're Real Sports Live, bringing you Tuesday night volleyball action from the Coastal Bend. We're in Kingsville here tonight for a battle between the San Diego Lady Vaqueros and the H.M. King Lady Brahmas. Lady Vaqueros took set number 1 pretty handily, 25-11. And there's Zoe Villarreal sending that one into the net, giving a point over to Lady Vaqueros. Pretty aggressive play on both sides. On the defensive end for the Lady Brahmas, we've seen some good plays. We've seen a lot of hustle, but the timing just needs to get down. Seen a couple of attacks go into the net, and just unable to get on the same page as you see Ashley Benavides trying to chase that one down, but watches it sail out of bounds. Now 2-0. Lady Vaqueros early on here. Trigo sends it over to the back row, controlled by the Lady Brahmas. Lopez sends it over. Trigo sends it up for a strong attack by Jimenez, but controlled by the Lady Brahmas. Good effort on the dig by Alexis Pettis, but Lady Vaqueros unable to get it over. Point Lady Brahmas. And serving, that's number 11. Picking up the ace is Mackenzie Figuarelli Everett. Knocks it up at 2-2 here in the early going. Everett 2 for 2 on the service line. Gives H.M. King the lead. Figuarelli Everett serving once again, but sends that one into the net. After picking up back-to-back aces. It's now 3-on. Serving for the Lady Vaqueros is the libero, Alexis Bratton. There's a serve, low serve, on, but still controlled on the back line by the Lady Brahmas. Bratton serves it up. Jimenez one-hands it over. Villarreal pops it up, and there's a running attempt by Lopez. Figuarelli Everett, nice job on the dig there. Villarreal sends it over, controlled by the Lady Vaqueros. Bratton pops it up, and Trigo sends it to the back row. It's going to be a point for the Lady Vaqueros there. On the approach. Bratton sends it over. Marisa Reyes on the back row for the Brahmas. And that ball just falls right between a bevy of the Lady Brahmas. Falls in the middle and nobody there to control it. As Bratton serves once again. Benavides sends it over, controlled by Bratton. Here's a setup by Trigo, and there's Jimenez on the attempt. Popped up, Villarreal sends it over. Trigo. Jimenez once again sends it to the back row. Sent over by Reyes, but it sails out of bounds. Point over to the Lady Vaqueros. The lead 6-3 here. Led early on and throughout the first set, 25-11. Won that one handily. There's an ace. Now 7-3 here. We're tied up at 3-3 in the early going of set number 2, but 4 straight points by the Lady Vaqueros have given them the cushion. and two-handed runner. There's a point there by Lady Vaqueros. Now 8-3, 5 straight for the visitors. And another timeout, just like in the early going of set number 1. The Lady Bremas set to talk about it, and while they do that, we're going to take another break. Here, live from HM King on Tuesday Night Volleyball action from the Coastal Bend. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Welcome back after that timeout. Mark Molina, this is Real Sports Live, coming to you from HM King High School, and that's number 7, Jada Davila, sending that one 2 hands into the net. As the struggles continue here for the home team, HM King. Popped up there by Benavides, controlled by Lady Vaqueros. Gadial with the set, back row attack there by Mackenzie Figuarelli Everett, unable to be returned by the Lady Vaqueros. Point for the Lady Bremas, who break a 6-point streak for the Lady Vaqueros, and now back on the service line. Are the Lady Bremas. That was number 1, Adelia Lopez. There's Strigo coming back, sends it to the back row, and that was Lopez who dove for it. But unable to get there. It's going to be a point for the Lady Vaqueros. Gabby Jimenez on the serve. Popped up by Villarreal. Sent over by Lopez. There's a two-handed running attempt by Pettis, controlled by HM King. Trigo with the setup. The back row attack, that's Jimenez. And sends it off the hands of Lopez. Strong approach there by Jimenez. Go to our first replay of the night. There's a nice setup there. Looking at the split replay. There's a setup, and you see Jimenez on the left just send it over strong, and nice job there. And that's Jada Davila able to send it over, but she sends it sailing out of bounds. 12-4 now. And there's Jimenez, sends it over. Another point there. It's now 13-4, a 9-point lead here for San Diego. And Jimenez makes it a 10-point lead on that ace, and Jimenez back to serve. She's had herself a nice game, been aggressive both on the outside part of the net and from the back row, as picks up another point. She's had a couple of strong attacks, back row attacks, as well as on the net. A very versatile player. Here's a serve popped up by Figuarelli Everett. And that was Jada Davila. Pops it up, but nobody there. It's now 16-4. Jimenez on the service line for the Lady Vaqueros once again. Benavides sets it up for Marisa Reyes, who sends it over and gonna pick up a point. It's now 16-5. And Zoe Villarreal serves for the Lady Bremas. After the whistle, point for the Lady Bremas. Now 16-6. Villarreal on the service line once again. Jimenez two-hands it over, and it's going to be another point off of an infraction. San Diego infraction gives the point over to HM King. It's now 16-7. Zoe Villarreal. And here's a setup, and that's number 4. Sadie Galvan sends it over, popped up by Villarreal. Here's Ashley Benavides on the attack, controlled by Lady Vaqueros. That's number 7. Katie Vela sends it over. There's an attack on the net, and it falls in favor of the Lady Bremas. That's 4 straight points for the Lady Bremas here. Now 16-8. Trigo sends it to the back row. Popped up by Benavides, sent over. Controlled by Perez. And there's a strong spike by Trigo, but it goes into the net. Point for the Lady Bremas. Once again, that's 5 straight. 16-9 now. Here's Zoe Villarreal on the serve. Trigo sends it to the back row. Popped up, set by Villarreal. There was an attempt by Mackenzie Figuarelli Everett, but goes sailing past the end line. Point over to the Lady Bremas. It's now 17-9. Favor of the Lady Vaqueros, who already lead this match. 1-0 after taking a set 1 victory, 25-11. Popped up by Figuarelli Everett. Controlled by Lady Vaqueros. Trigo on the outside spike. Sends it sailing past the end line. Point over to the Lady Bremas. Jocelyn Villarreal serves it. Shallow serve. Pops it up. Does Villarreal. Sends it into the net, and Mackenzie Figuarelli Everett ran it down. Just didn't get there in time. Point over to the Lady Vaqueros. Lady Vaqueros just in control from the get-go. There's a serve by number 4, Sadie Galvan. Gives the point to the Lady Vaqueros. Sadie Galvan sends it over. Controlled by Mia Gonzalez, and there's an infraction there on the front line. It's now 20-10. Lady Vaqueros doubling up on the Lady Bremas. As Sadie Galvan back to serve. Popped up by Gonzalez, controlled on the back row, and HM King sends it over. That's number 10, Elisa Sanchez sends it past the end line. Going to be a point for HM King. Back on the service line is Marisa Reyes. Trigo sends it sailing past the end line. It's going to be a point for the Lady Bremas. Reyes is going to back to serve for HM King. Here's a set. Back row attack by Jimenez, just out past the end line. Another point for the Lady Bremas, who cut the lead down to 7. And Reyes back there serving once again. Reyes going to pick up the ace. And after a couple of straight points by the Lady Bremas, The Lady Vaqueros call timeout and want to talk about it. So while the Lady Bremas make a little bit of a run here late in the set, we're going to take a quick break. I'm Mark Molina, and you're listening to and watching Real Sports Live.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Welcome back to HM King, our Real Sports Live, bringing you Tuesday night volleyball coverage from the Coastal Bend. And the Lady Bremas have scored 5 straight points and cut what was an 11-point lead down to just 6. And we have a nice rally going on here. Villarreal pops it up, and that's number 1, Adelia Lopez, sending it right into the net. Point San Diego. Takes a little bit of wind out of the HM King sails there. It's now 21-14. It's Alexis Pettis serving for the Lady Vaqueros. And she's going to pick up the ace there. Popped up by Reyes. Villarreal. Jimenez goes up hard into the net. Signals that's on me. It's now 15-22. 22-15. And 15 serving 22 as Ashley Benavides heads to the service line for the Lady Bremas. And she sends that one into the net. Point over for the Lady Vaqueros. 23-15 now. Lady Vaqueros in the serve. Number 1, Amber Trigo, serving for the visitors. Trigo. And that one controlled on the back row by Alexis Hernandez, and it sails out of bounds. Now 24-15, set point for San Diego as Trigo sends this one over. There's a setup, and there's a one-handed tap there by Lopez. Keeps things alive there for HM King. Nice modest attack there by Lopez, but he got the job done as the ball just danced on the top of the net there. Jimenez pops it up. Bueno sends it over, controlled on the back row. Jimenez two-hands it. As is Villarreal, saved by the libero Bratton. Jimenez sends it over. Here's the setup, and here's a rally here, and there's a two-handed return. Jimenez strong on the approach, but controlled by the Lady Bremas. And we got ourselves a nice rally going on here. Trigo sets it up for Luz Bueno, who sends it into the net. And that's a point to the Lady Bremas. It's now 24-17. 17 serving 24. As there is an ace by number 11, Mackenzie Figuarelli Everett. Now 18-24. Figuarelli Everett. Back in, controlled by Bratton. Here's the setup. Bueno on the attack. Just rides the net. And there was a heads-up play there by Lopez, but she goes to the ground. She sends it over and out of bounds. And that's how set number 2 is going to end. See if we can get on the replay. Go back to see how that last set concluded. as there was a setup, and there was Bueno. Saw the ball skip on the net and went out of bounds. And that's how that set ends. 25-18, Lady Vaqueros win set number 2. Take a 2-0 set lead here. With set number 3 coming up. We're about 2.5 minutes away from that. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll bring you back to the volleyball action. This is Mark Molina, Real Sports Live, and we're coming to you live from H.M. King High School in Kingsville for Tuesday night volleyball action in the Coastal Band. Keep it here. We'll be back.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats. Laguna Madre Baits, 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tuesday night volleyball coverage for the Coastal Bend area. This is Mark Molina, and we are Real Sports Live, coming to you from H.M. King High School, with the Lady Vaqueros taking on the hosting Lady Bremas, who are finding themselves in a 2-0 set hole right now, as the Lady Vaqueros have come on handily in the first 2 sets, winning the first 25-11 and the second 25-18, taking 10+ point leads in both, as Villarreal on the attack here for the Lady Bremas. There's a two-handed approach there by the Bremas. Villarreal strong, one hands it over. Trigo sends it to the back row. Villarreal pops it up, sets it up for Lopez. There's the outside attempt. It's a one-handed little tap by number 9, Gabby Jimenez. She's had a pretty solid game here. And 1-0 for the visitors. And there was a setup by Lopez and nobody home on the other end of it. So Alexis Pettis sends it to the back row. Good defensive play by Justin Villarreal. As Reyes sends it to the front row, and a little bit of miscommunication there. Looked like Adelia Lopez was the one it was intended for. There's a setup by Benavides. Villarreal sends it over, but looks like there was an infraction on the attempt. It's now 4-0 early on for the Lady Vaqueros, as Alexis Pettis sends that one into the net, giving the Lady Bremas a point. Now serving number 11, Mackenzie Figuarelli Everett, who sends that one into the net. It's now 5-1. Trigo sends that serve into the net. Now 5-2. Lady Brema serving. Jump serve there by Lopez. Controlled. Bettis with the back row attack sends that one into the net. Couple straight points here for the Lady Bremas. It's now 5-3. And once again, Lopez on the jump serve sends that one out past the end line. 6-3 now. Alexis Bratton, the libero, serving for the Lady Vaqueros, sends that one into the net. (6-4) now. Zoe Villarreal sends that one to the back row. Trigo controls it. Villarreal with the setup. And one-handed by Jocelyn Villarreal, controlled by San Diego. Trigo sends it to the back row. Figuerelli Everett sends it up high. Played by Lopez. Here's the outside spike and the kill for Gabby Jimenez. Now 7-4 as Jimenez goes back to serve for Lady Vaqueros. Point on the ace. Eight to 4. Jimenez on the serve. Villarreal tried to one-hand it over the net, but couldn't quite get it over. Another point for the Lady Vaqueros, who now lead 9-4. Jimenez sends it over. Popped up by Figuerelli Everett. Villarreal on the setup for Benavides, who sends it over on the attack and out of bounds. Point San Diego, who leads 10-4 now. Daisy Vargas comes in as Ashley Benavides takes a seat for the Lady Bremas. And there's an ace as Jimenez sends it right into the arms of Vargas, who sends it out of bounds. It's now 11-4. And the Lady Vaqueros now taking control of this set. Villarreal pops it up. But on the attack, controlled by Lady Brema, sent over, played by the Lady Vaqueros. Now with Sadie Galvan, goes up on the attack, sends it, skipping off a couple of Lady Bremas on the net. Now 12-4. Figuerelli Everett goes down but sends it out of bounds. Point number 9. Gabby Jimenez on the serve. Jimenez doing solid on the service line. It's now 13-4 as Lady Vaqueros pulling away once again in this set. It's 13-4. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live. Welcome back to HM King High School. We're in set number 3 here, and the Lady Vaqueros moving in on a sweep and their first win of the season. Lady Vaqueros dominating here so far, winning set number 1, 25-11, set number 2, 25-18, and they lead 13-4 here as Gabby Jimenez sends it over. And Justin Villarreal on the spike, sends it to the back row of the Vaqueros. Lady Vaqueros unable to control it. Point for HM King. Now 13-5. Ready out, sends it up high. Nice running two-handed attack by Lopez. And Villarreal, excuse me, that was Figueroa Everett, pops it up. As Daisy Vargas can't get to it, it's now 14-5. Luz Bueno on the serve. Villarreal sets it up, and that's Justin Villarreal trying desperately to send it over, get the return on the third hit, but it's now a 10-point lead after that. Bueno on the service line once again for the Lady Vaqueros. Villarreal pops it up. Nice one-handed attempt by Figueroa Everett. Controlled by the Vaqueros. Villarreal with the set for Reyes, who came in trailing, but bad timing there in the set, not where Villarreal wanted it to be as it came down, grazing the net. As Bueno serves once again. Villarreal two hands it over. Nice job there by Reyes to keep it alive. Reyes goes up one-handed and sends it into the net. (17-5). Now the Lady Vaqueros. Luz Bueno sends it over. Vargas one-hands it on the return. Nice job there on the front row for the Lady Bremas. Villarreal sends it over, and Vargas trying to get to it, but she sends it into the net. It's now 18-5. Bueno back to serve. Villarreal sets it up. Figueroa Everett gets it sent back in her face. It looks like that's number 4 for San Diego, Sadie Galvan, with the block. It's now 19-5. Villarreal sets it up for Figueroa Everett, but she sends it into the net. It's 20-5 now. Bueno back to serve for the Lady Vaqueros. Popped up. And that's an attack by Lopez. Bettis sends it to the back row, controlled. A nice play there by Trigo. In the great position there, able to two-hand it over and put it in the sweet spot of the defense. And Bueno picks up the ace. 22-5 now. And the Lady Vaqueros inching ever closer. Bueno sends it over. Figueroa Everett sets it up for an attacking Lopez. Bettis on the outside hit and the kill. 23-5. Bueno sends it over. Villarreal one-hands it past the net. They're going to call the infraction, point to the Lady Vaqueros. It is now match point. Luz Bueno on the serve. Popped up. Villarreal sends it over. Played on the back line by Lady Vaqueros. Bueno goes up There's a double block by the Lady Brahmas, and after the whistle, the Lady Brahmas pick up the point. It's now 24-6. Kiana Martinez in the serve for Lady Brahmas. Sends it off the libero, Alexis Bratton, and Martinez picks up an ace. 24-7 now. As the Lady Brahmas trying to pick up a couple of points here. As Bratton sends it over. Play by Martinez. And that one goes sailing as Lopez sends it out past the end line. And that's going to be the game as the Lady Vaqueros win the third set 25-7. Come in here to H.M. King High School and dominate, taking this game in a sweep. The Lady Vaqueros defeat the H.M. King Lady Brahmas 3-0, winning the first set 25-11, the second 25-18, and the third in dominating fashion 25-7. And I want to thank everybody here for joining us and watching us. There was so much more volleyball going on along the Coastal Bend area today. So you can go and check out some of those. Victoria West is at Corpus Christi Carroll, Corpus Christi King at Corpus Christi Moody, Flower Bluff at CC Vets, Aransas Pass at Odom, Fremont at Santa Gertrudis, and Refugio at Woodsboro. So, and Port Lavaca, Calhoun at Ingleside. So you can catch all that and much more on Real Sports Live. Follow us wherever you guys do social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Roku Network, and Apple TV. You can find our content and our live streaming games on those platforms. So check us out, Real Sports Live. And that's going to do it here from H.M. King High School. San Diego Lady Vaqueros 3-0 sweep over the hosting H.M. King Lady Brahmas. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, and have a great night.